Dave, does it feel like we're in the Badlands right now?
Right now, absolutely. This is New York City. It is the Badlands.
Oh, now we're in Glacier. Hello and welcome back to Out of Spec Reviews. You've got Jordan and Dave. I'm, well, kind of in Dave's city, Out of Spec Dave's city.
This is New York here, and we've got Subaru. You know, it's, yeah, I live just up the road in Connecticut, drove down, and I'm happy to be here to check out this new Subaru Uncharted.
Yeah, so we are here for the Uncharted unveiling, which happened to the world about 10 minutes ago as we're recording this. And actually, I already did a full tour on this exact car right here. So we'll be showing it, mentioning it in this video, because this video is really a breakdown of the entire Subaru EV lineup, our thoughts on Subaru's EV lineup, potential thoughts on the future, how's the partnership with Toyota. There's a lot of stuff we're hoping to get into. It's going to be a kind of a fun, conversation-driven, full tour comparison of Subaru's lineup, including the little Solterra right here. Almost called it a BZ. Don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, sometimes you do get confused with these names, but basically you got the small one, the medium one, and the big one.
Right.
And they're all right here.
I'm just going to call them that.
The big one is over there, right? Yeah. That's the Trailseeker. Yeah. Then you have the Solterra, and then you've got the new Uncharted. And they've actually done some minor modifications to both the Solterra, to the Solterra, as far as now it's got NACS. All three of these things are NACS.
Right. So we've got a whole lot of stuff with the new 2026 lineup, which is what we're focusing on. You know, the old Solterra got some, I don't want to say hate, well, sometimes hate, some dislove. But now we have the new Solterra, much improved. Styling on all three of these is great. Trailseeker is sick, almost wagon-like, which makes me happy. So.
I like all three of these. Well, I should say, from what I've seen in the pictures, I like the Subaru versions better than the Toyota versions. I do?
I agree.
You do? Yeah.
Let's jump all into it.
This video is brought to you by Iona, North America's premier charging network. With unmatched commitment to elevating the customer experience, Iona is opening America's roads to all EVs, giving drivers the coverage they need, the reliability they deserve, and the amenities they crave.
All right, Jordan, I have an idea for us.
Okay.
Let's start from biggest to smallest and go through this lineup.
That makes sense. First of all, look at this gorgeous sunset we have right here over
it
the
is
city.
Beautiful out there.
I really, you know, it's kind of funny, Dave. When I first was brought here to see the Uncharted, I was like, well, I'm leaving the state of Colorado, which is like Subaru country, to come to New York City, which is a city, not an off-road place. But then again, a lot of people drive their cars in the city and never even take their Subaru off-road, which is sad, but like, hey, may as well do it in the city. But also, Subaru's headquarters right down here.
Jordan, Colorado Rocky Mountains or New York City potholes, I'll tell you what, there is no competition.
That's why you may need the 18-inch wheels. We'll get to those in a minute. But let's start, like you said, with the big one. This is the Subaru Trailseeker. So Subaru's made it easy to talk about their entire lineup because a lot of things are the same between the models when you talk about powertrain, battery, everything. So I'll just start with that because a lot of our nerds want to know the specs right away. 74.7 kilowatt hour battery. I believe that's usable. I'm not 100% sure. They don't actually disclose which is which, but I believe that's usable. That's not a big battery for a car this size especially. This is their biggest SUV. They're also dual motor powertrains. So 338 horsepower for Solterra and Uncharted, 375 horsepower on this Trailseeker. This thing gets juiced up. Same motors, same battery, same everything as far as I can tell, just tuned up, which makes this 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. That's the quickest Subaru in America, the big one.
Wow.
Just kind of crazy.
What's the ground clearance on this compared to like an Outback? Because when I think of Subaru, Jordan, I think I'm going off road, I'm going skiing, I'm putting the kayaks on top. Hey, by the way, quick little known fact: Kyle's first ride ever in a car was a Subaru Outback.
That's right.
Because that was what I drove. I've been a Subaru guy for many years.
Kyle should have been here. A Subaru brought him.
I know.
Basically into the world.
They did. Yeah, Subaru did. Yes.
But Dave, I'd have to say this is maybe my favorite looking of their whole lineup because this does kind of feel like the electrified Outback. A lot of people said that with their terminology for their videos, their headlines. They're like, oh, this is the electric Outback. It actually looks cooler than the Outback in my opinion. The Outback got redesigned also recently. You saw all that at the New York Auto Show. And I think this looks the business. Looks great. Subaru's really dove into these triple
I'm not going to help you. I'm just going to let you struggle here.
Triple twin LEDs on each side. 6 LEDs on each side, which I think the 6 ties into the 6 stars on the badge. Maybe. I don't know. Just theoretical speaking. But yes, Trailseeker. I think those are all the specs we talked about. I don't actually know the torque numbers, but they're probably all about the same. Those cars have front-wheel drive variants you can have them in, which is 221 horsepower.
You know, one thing that's interesting in the presentation they just gave us on the Uncharted, they said that they are bringing out a front-wheel drive version, but in limited quantities.
Yeah.
And it was only 221 horsepower or something like that. But you would think that they would want to get the price point down. It's a nice-looking vehicle.
Yeah, that's one thing. We don't know the pricing. I don't even know if we know pricing on any of these.
I don't know if we know pricing, but it's got to be cheaper than the big one, right? The small one's got to cost less. Yeah. Well, sometimes in life, the small packages do cost more.
Right.
But I'm going under the suspicion that that one over there is less money than this one over here.
Yeah. Guessing this one's like about mid-40s. But I think it's pretty sweet. We can look at it. Lots of plastic cladding. Yeah. Not my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Solterra, when it first came out, had a lot of cladding. Same with BZ4X. Although it's kind of like painted to look like cladding. I don't know. It's fine. It is technically functional, and that's why I give it a pass, because all this area, you won't have to deal with rock chips in your paint. It's rock chips in your plastic, which I guess is easier to hide, not a big deal. Divorced headlights down here, so they're separate entirely from this whole lighting area. So a lot of people think these are the lights, but it's actually your headlight right here. Mm-hmm. And yeah, a bit of a front bumper thing down there with the
That's the same thing like in the Macan.
Yeah. A lot of all the Subarus are doing that now.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, big car, feels like a wagon. You have the raised roof rails, which look cool. They do cause a little bit of drag. So this car, that's maybe the elephant in the room with this car, and that's what got the negative part of the headlines, 260 miles of range.
Right.
So we live in this society, I think, where people have kind of settled in on 300 miles. That's just what every car has or is close to. And those cars are closer to it. This one, 260, a lot of people felt like that wasn't enough. I would argue for a lot of people it is enough, because statistically you're typically just staying around town, charging at home. These all have 48 amp onboard chargers, 11 kilowatts. When you have a battery, 75 kilowatt hours, that means 11 kilowatts charges that battery pretty fast. Mm-hmm. So you're charging easily to full overnight, although I don't think you'd really want to do full that much. So that's, I guess, the unfortunate thing is with this car, you're looking at 200 miles if you stay true to that 80% charge limit. That's not great. And it's kind of a bummer because look at how big this thing is.
Yeah.
You know, huge amounts of space. Kids are going to love it. Even adults can have lots of space back there. In fact, Dave, I think I should hold the camera. You should get in.
Oh, no.
You're taller than me.
We're doing the Dave test?
We're doing the Dave test.
All right, I'm in there.
How tall are you?
6'5".
Okay.
Although plenty of room. This seat is way far forward.
Let me get in front of you.
Yeah.
I'm 6 foot, and actually, this is my exact driving position.
I'm going to call you James. There's like a limousine back here. I mean, there's a lot of room.
And it's nice and quiet, actually, you know?
Yeah, it is quiet.
So you have, this nice amount of room.
Jordan, grab handles, 4 grab handles.
Wow.
That passes the Kathy Connor test.
Okay.
Right? So she likes that. You know, it's actually quite comfortable. Let me see if these seats, do they recline? Yeah, they do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, these rear seats recline.
That makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
You got all that space back there.
Yeah.
Your headroom's okay?
Headroom's good.
Okay.
And there's vents down here for the puppies.
Yep.
Which is good. A couple of USB-C and heated seats in the rear as well. Only on the outboard, not on the middle, but that's okay.
Yeah. So these, by the way, are all the pretty much max trims except for that one Uncharted right there. But we're looking at the touring trims, which in Subaru land is maxed out.
Gotcha.
That's what gets you heated rear seats, ventilated front seats, in some cases, panoramic head roof. Not in this case.
Not on that one yet.
No.
Yeah.
But with how big the storage space is, like, I wish this was a road tripping monster. Like, if this thing had, like, I don't know, 350 miles of range and even better charging, that'd be awesome. And look at all this storage space. This thing's about 6 inches longer than the Solterra, or BZ, whatever you want to call it. And you really can see it's got plenty of storage space.
Yeah.
Little EVSE there. This is probably, I'm going to guess 32 amp. Definitely not max voltage. In fact, this one's actually the level 1 charger. They don't even include a level 2.
Did they give you a dongle for 220 on this?
They not included, but they give you this NAX adapter,
okay.
J772 Tesla adapter. It's Electron.
That's interesting.
Wow. So that's cool.
Electron made a big sale.
Yep, that's pretty awesome. And yeah, little bits of storage and stuff back here. The cars also have 1.5 kilowatts AC outlets in the trunk, which is awesome.
Oh, that is nice. Yeah.
Harman Kardon sound system actually sounds pretty good. You got the sub right there.
Right.
And yeah, huge amounts of space. I mean, this thing's a car camping beast. Storage beast. I just wish it had, you know, blazing fast specs. I also wish the trunk worked. We'll just, oh, there you go.
You have to push it 3 times and then criticize it.
Little hesitant.
You know, Jordan, when I was at the New York Auto Show this year, they had this vehicle there.
Yeah.
I think in the same color. And what no one was talking about was the fact that it had an NAX port.
Yeah.
So I opened up the port and it had a piece of duct tape over it.
Oh.
They weren't really trying to promote
really
the fact
talking
at
about
that
it,
point.
yeah.
At least, why else would you put duct tape over it?
I know, yeah.
That was kind of weird. But look, all of their cars now have NAX, which is great.
And I will say, what's interesting that we can see from back here is all 3 of these cars have totally different rear lighting signatures. They all have the exact same front, but the rear, this one's got the big light bar, which actually makes me think more Toyota Lexus.
Yeah.
Again, these are all shared with Toyota Lexus platforms, so that could have something to do with it. You have the light up Subaru badge, offset rear view camera and offset front camera. That annoys me, just my OCD, I guess.
Offset. Who would notice that?
Me, I guess.
I mean, like, I wouldn't notice that. But you know what I do notice? Rear windshield wiper. But not on the Solterra, which is a flatter windshield.
Yeah.
Or flatter rear, and not on the Uncharted.
Yeah, so this one just has the windshield wiper. I guess this is upright enough so that would cause
so is it the uprightness?
More upright,
Oh, interesting.
But that is still a complaint. A lot of Solterra owners, including previous gen and BZ4X and BZ owners, wish they had a rear wiper. And I mean, that's the way you can tell whether someone has the new Ioniq 5 or the old Ioniq 5.
Right.
The new one has the wiper.
Right.
So maybe Subaru will eventually listen, or maybe that's a Toyota. I don't know. I never know who's in charge of what decisions here.
Tell me about the wheels and tires on this particular vehicle.
So we're looking at 20-inch for all the top trims, 20-inch wheels. What I'd be curious to know is if you can option, once the configurators go live on these, I'm going to do a whole bits video, you guys, to walk you through the options on these, because as a Subaru adjacent, like I have a lot of friends with Subarus, I don't have one, but friends who have bought them who want the niceties of like the higher trim, but they also want the smaller wheels because they want thick, chunky tires.
Yeah.
And so I'd be curious if you could get the premium trim with the smaller wheels and tires.
Right.
That's not really sure. Ground clearance is also, I think, the same on all these, 8.3 inches.
8.3, yeah.
Which is a little less than, you know, like the Crosstrek, for example, 8.7. I think Forester and Outback are close to that as well.
Yeah.
Unless you get Wilderness, then you're talking 10 or 11 inches.
You know
of ground
what's
clearance?
interesting is that the gap of the wheel, like between here and here,
Yeah.
on the Outbacks and the Crosstreks now, it looks a little too much to me.
Well,
this looks appropriate.
And sometimes, though, you're looking at the Wilderness trim, which is lifted a bit.
Oh, I see.
And so there is no Wilderness trim for any of these EVs. I hope that changes. You know, we've seen the Ioniq 5 XRT introduce a little bit of a lifted, rally-ified version. You saw the Mustang Mach-E Rally, literally a rally-ified version. I'm hoping they do either Wilderness or call it something cool and different with these, because I don't know, with these names, Trailseeker,
right.
go find Trail. Uncharted, go find something uncharted that hasn't been charted.
Well, depending on what part of Manhattan you're in, it could be uncharted. And the
True.
thing about that, that's a city car,
Yeah.
right? It's not really a, I mean, all right, let's take a step back. Subaru has, in my opinion, one of the best displays at the auto shows.
True.
So amazing. You feel like you're walking through the woods. When you buy a Subaru, you feel good, right? They associate themselves with dogs and being, you know, trail friendly and not stepping environmental and all of that. Do these new models, all three of this lineup, do you think it earns the Subaru name?
Kind of. I want to say like partially, because, well, it's shared so much with Toyota. And so that does create this dichotomy in my head of like, I don't know who's responsible for what, who should be praised for what. I mean, in theory, they work together. They should both be praised to make a good product. Their first product was iffy at best. Now it's gotten better, but still not, you know, the Solterra, especially this one, not class leading. In fact, I'd say they're class trailing, not the trail like off-road trail. Like they're trailing behind. Whereas
what specifically do you think it's trailing behind?
So it's fine, like almost par, but like you have other vehicles such as the Ioniq 5, EV9, Ioniq 9 with much faster charging rates. We're talking almost half the time, 10 to 80 on a bigger battery. So not only do they have more range, they also charge faster.
However, let's talk Tesla Model 3 and Model Y.
Yeah.
What 10 to 80% is 30 minutes on these vehicles.
On these and also on Tesla.
And also on who's complaining about the charging
Tesla
speeds?
peaks at 250. These peak at 150. So you're right, we should not focus on like, oh, does it have a good enough peak speed? But I just feel like, okay, so don't push it that far if you're worried about battery safety or longevity. Maybe do 200 and then hold that longer and then still bring it well under 30 minutes.
Jordan, I'll fire back at you a little bit. When I think about like Subaru itself, trying to go out and capture, say, I'm going to buy a Subaru EV, right? Maybe I own a Subaru, maybe I don't.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the brand image of them.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm going to get one of these vehicles. The average person that's shopping these vehicles, do you think that they're really going to be saying, well, wait a minute, the Tesla Model 3 and Y charge at 250 peak and these are only 150, therefore I'm not going to buy this vehicle? Or do they say, hey, you know what? Listen, I'm doing a road trip on occasion, right? I'll go in and I need about 25 or 30 minutes anyway to use the restroom, to grab some food. It's not like it's unusable.
No,
right? But it's 10 to 80% in 30 minutes.
Yeah, and for a car that only does 260 miles of range, you're talking like it takes 30 minutes to do a 2-hour drive.
I gotcha.
So,
right.
But again, not a deal breaker. And statistically speaking, a lot of people are just using these to drive around town. These are going to be amazing for that. If you like Subaru, or if you like, what's interesting is if you love the Subaru brand image but like Toyota vehicles, boy, is this a car for you.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Tell me about what's new with this Solterra.
So,
I mean, and why do people criticize the old BZ4X, now called the BZ, and the Solterra?
And the early Solterra.
Let's be honest, a lot of people,
they were around 200 miles of range, so less range with a smaller battery, and peak charging was like more like 100 kilowatts. And so at 10 to 80, you're looking at 40, 45 minutes for sometimes.
Okay.
Inconsistent charging. I think there was issues with route planning, wasn't really a thing. Battery preconditioning wasn't really, like, I don't remember if they introduced that at some point. We didn't really pay much attention to those cars because they were so clearly not with the times. I think they really paid attention to the feedback and improved things. So now we're looking at same charging, 150 kilowatt, 10 to 80, same time, 30 minutes, which yes, again, same 10 to 80 as a Tesla, but a Tesla is technically putting in more energy, so it's not quite the same.
Because that's what, like 84, 82?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there?
So the Tesla will be a little bit of a bigger battery, maybe up to 10% bigger battery, but also more efficient, so that same energy is taking you further. So these are not known to be that efficient, but again, totally usable. So
styling-wise, Jordan, have they changed anything with the 2026?
Yes. So
Solterra?
The early Solterra looked a lot like the Toyota because the Toyota has what's called the hammerhead lights. So they kind of go like this. And so did the early Solterra. This updated one has the same 6 LEDs on the front, on each side. Again, remind me of the badge. Do you know the story behind the badge, Dave?
I could make one up.
I'm curious what you'd say.
I could get back to you on that. I probably once did, because that's one of those crazy facts that I probably
it's like a
didn't
weird,
know.
I don't even know if you could say trivia question, because it's too complicated to be a trivia answer.
Yeah, but I wonder, do you think there is a correlation between the 6 points and the 6?
I like to think that.
Okay.
Maybe we'll find an answer here.
All right, we got to ask
But
that. They have some engineers here.
This is now
We're gonna find that answer out.
on all 3 cars. This is now lit up, which is new.
Ah.
And yes, this is basically the star constellation Pleiades, but also represents the 6 or 5 companies that merged together into Fuji Heavy Industries, which then became Subaru. So these 5 companies became this big company.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's the actual story, in case anyone was wondering.
So you're just trying to quiz me? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. What's interesting too, Dave, is another new thing. We'll go look at the other cars in the other room in a second, because only for the Solterra's sake, well, and a little bit for the Uncharted, but this has, it's hard to tell. This is black right here. This is blue.
Oh, interesting.
So if you don't get a grayscale color, meaning if you get blue or red or orange or whatever, I don't know what colors they have, this all is black.
I see.
Which is, I don't know, not my favorite thing.
And it's a glossy black, unlike what's on the Uncharted, which is more of a matte finish.
But if you get black, gray, or white, then this matches that, which I really like. We'll look at that in a little bit. Same 20-inch style big wheels, the headlights different, like a lot of similar things. This also has the unique black thing here, which kind of feels like an extension of the glass, the window. So, yeah. This has
By the way, this blue color is actually quite sharp. I like it.
nice.
It's a nice, deep, rich,
midnight,
really nice kind of a beautiful blue. I like that color.
Very, very Subaru-esque. I mean, these look like a lot of the taillights the gas Subarus have had for many years. So they've kind of stuck with that more traditional Subaru design. And let's look at the storage space back here. Again, this being 6 inches shorter than the Trailseeker over there, that 6 inches is mostly storage space back here. So a little bit smaller, still usable, still totally fine for a lot of people. I think average SUV kind of thing. But yeah, otherwise.
But they got a little bit of a false floor there.
Yeah, these things can actually sit up here.
Right.
Which is cool. And so then you have
that's a decent amount of room back in there.
And then, or they can be moved down to give you a little bit more space.
Yeah.
But it does make it so easy to present these cars, because same exact outlet, same sound system, same powertrain, everything's the same.
Right.
Just this has a slightly detuned powertrain from the Trailseeker.
Right. And this is only available in all-wheel drive, correct?
No, I think there is also a front-wheel drive. So
there is?
Trailseeker's only all-wheel drive. This one actually has a front-wheel drive variant, which gives you a little bit more range, but also less power, 221 horsepower.
I gotcha. Should we do the Big Dave backseat test?
Yeah. Let's see how Dave handles this seat
right
here.
Conventional door handles. You don't get that confused. If you're an Uber or Lyft driver, so people, how do they get into
a Model 3? They have the sticker here that says push down.
Right, I know. All right.
So 6'5" test. Headroom.
Thank goodness the top of my hair is still hitting, because I have hair up there, sort of. Right. It's okay. It's not bad. I have quite a bit of leg room.
Yeah.
Or knee room, I should say. Although my knees are quite high.
Yeah.
That might be a little bit uncomfortable, and I can't put my feet in underneath the front seat. I didn't test that on the Trailseeker.
Yeah, they don't really have that space under the seat.
They don't.
As much. Yeah.
And it has a similar layout for the
same controls.
Same controls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I fit okay. Grab handles all around.
Yeah. This one has the glass roof.
It has a big glass roof.
Closed.
Yeah, it is
cool
closed.
that it has the shade. Though.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
That is nice.
Same exact cockpit as you'll find. So I guess we'll end with the Uncharted, because that has the cockpit that we can look at, which is the exact same across all cars.
Right. So this is the baby of the bunch.
This is the small one. This is the new one.
Right.
So I'm super curious what's next, because what we know is Subaru has committed to unveiling 4 EVs for 2026. Here are 3. So there's a 4th one.
But did you
TBD.
hear? I heard the gentleman who did the presentation before. He said new models with an S.
Right. So that's what I'm curious about, because they of course, they're working on more EVs.
Yeah.
And for all we know, maybe they'll electrify existing monikers, like maybe we'll have a Outback electric, or will they move on to these totally new names, let the Outback die with ICE or become hybrid or something, like it just exists as a plug-in hybrid for a while. Not really sure, but we know Subaru with the e-Subaru platform and Toyota with the ET and GA platform, same exact platform, just renamed because they do little tweaks here and there, but same exact thing. They've committed to 4 cars together. So what we can know is keep an eye out for Toyota, because if Toyota announces another EV, that's probably what the next Subaru EV will be. I don't know if it'll be smaller than this, like a sedan, or a sports car would be sweet, but probably not.
Wouldn't that be cool?
No one's going to buy it. But if the BRZ, it's already a Toyota. The BRZ and GR86 is already Toyota Subaru.
You know what they should do? Bring that out in a convertible EV.
There, now we're talking. Dave knows my love language.
You know, now we're talking. then you might get rid of that little Mazda that you have.
I think realistically, it'll be bigger than the Trailseeker. It'll be a 3-row.
Right.
Because that will sell more than a sports car.
Oh, I see. I see.
But yes, here is the Uncharted. Here's the NAX port we've been talking about.
Yeah.
And so that's where you'll get your 150 kilowatts. It is on the passenger front, which means you can pull into a V3 supercharger and plug in without taking 2 spots. But this is just far enough back that I'm still worried about the length of the cable. And the way this opens is the same issue I saw in the EV4 I just filmed,
oh, good
where
point.
the cable is just like,
That's a
you gotta,
really good point.
do the cable down here. I don't know about
And not
that.
only that, Jordan, look at the size of that flap.
It is
the
big.
thing's freaking huge.
But because GM has ruined the flap, this feels smaller compared to GM.
But that's a good point, because you're going to have to bring the cable around it in order to get in there.
Yep.
By the way, no frunk.
No frunk on any
of these.
It's just not an
How big a
ET.
deal is a no frunk? Come on, let's be honest. Is that really a big deal?
I love it, but for a lot of people, they don't. Let us know in the comments, because it seems to be somewhat contested and debated. I'm personally pro frunk. I think it's just lazy engineering to not have a frunk, but
I tend to forget I have the frunk.
I mean, true. Some people don't even use it.
But you know what I do? I pack it with all my charging cables and my air compressor, and I know I have it all there.
Yeah,
right. I have it all in there.
Yeah, same here.
And by the way, underneath the hood, there's a lot going on under there.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing this doesn't have like a gas engine in it, because there's just so much going on in there.
This has the 18-inch wheels, so we finally see something with a bit of meat on the tires.
Right.
This is what I would like on mine. More efficient, and also more comfortable.
Yeah.
And more New York pothole friendly.
Colorado spec, Vermont spec.
Yep.
Don't go for the 20-inch wheels. Be cool and go for the small wheels with the big sidewall.
Yep. And then what we also have here is the same color roof. If you opt for the higher trim, this is the sport trim. If you go for the GT, the max trim on this, which is different from the other cars, by the way. Those have like premium, touring, and then touring XT or something like that.
And premium's the base?
Yeah,
What's with that?
the base. Don't get me started.
Back in school, I learned the word premium meant better than the base.
Right.
What am I missing?
So when my car asks for premium gas, you're saying I can just put in the cheap stuff?
I like that. I like that theory. By the way, the tint on these windows is super dark.
They explain that.
Highly illegal.
They explain that. This is a show car.
Oh, okay.
That was tinted that way.
So you can't take this home on the West Side Highway?
Probably not, yeah. But what I was saying is top spec, you can option two-tone, which is true for a lot of Subarus, actually. You can get black up here, just like the Toyota CHR, which this is shared with. So Toyota recently unveiled the CHR electric. This is the same exact car, just Subaru's version.
Which one do you like better style-wise?
Subaru.
So do I.
This exact one. I don't actually want the black roof. I like this color everywhere.
I kind of like, I like the look of the blacked out, and I like the look, with the other one, I was shooting quite a bit of, filming the other one with the black roof on it. I think that looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And I do like this color too.
Yeah, no, it is really nice. And this has a few differences on the inside. This has like a kind of copper finish thing right here. Ambient lighting, 60 different colors of ambient lighting.
Wow.
And these have, I guess that's something I should have mentioned for the Solterra. This has the new, bigger screen. These all have the exact same 14-inch touchscreen. Directly Toyota interface, Toyota controls. I mean, you could probably dig in the settings and find somewhere where they forgot to replace the word Toyota with Subaru. It's like, it is truly Toyota.
What kind of advanced driver assistance does this vehicle have, the Uncharted?
Probably not that advanced, but it is basically the Subaru EyeSight, I think is what it's called. But just basic lane centering, adaptive cruise control.
Okay.
Standard safety stuff. Nothing
I mean, blind spot assist, all that stuff. They've had that for years in their cars, right?
So no, you're not going to find any sort of like lane change assist or anything like that.
Right.
So pretty basic. You do have two 15-watt wireless phone chargers now in the middle right there. And I don't know, they're still not magnetized. Your phone's probably not going to stay put super easily. So that's kind of interesting, but also maybe a gimmick. You do have the little like storage space under the center console.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's kind of a floating center console. That's kind of cool.
It's good. You know, Kathy would put her, she'd put her night purse in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
If you were going out.
And what else is cool is the center console can open both directions. So I can open it this way,
Oh, I see.
but then I can also open it this way.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's cool, I guess.
It's like my Thule box. I can open it either way,
Yeah.
you know.
But it also means it's more rattly, more parts. It rattles.
Yeah.
So
By the way, Jordan, 290 miles of EPA-rated range. And one of the things they pointed out is that they wanted to note that was significantly, not significantly, but better than the competition of the Nero and the Kona.
right.
But I've owned the Konas. I've owned a bunch of them, and those things are magically efficient. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to be real world, you know, on the road.
Well, we can kind of bring this full circle, I think, because, well, we talked about this not being class leading, 260 miles. Solterra, by the way, 285. I guess the front wheel drive one probably gets a bit more, I think, something like that. This one, 290, which is the most of all these, but also 300 miles if you opt for the front wheel drive, which is limited run. Limited run because they're testing the market. They're going to see if that will sell. Because
Okay.
ironically, the Toyota version of this, the CHR, which by the way, you can't spell Uncharted without CH and R.
Yeah, yeah.
I realize that. But the Toyota version of this, only all-wheel drive in our market.
Why do you think the Solterra is only 5 miles of range less than this Uncharted?
I can't figure that out. I think this will go further. I think this
It
is.
does go. It goes 5 miles further, but a lot further.
I think it'll go a lot further.
Oh, you think it? What you
I
think they're?
I think that's conservative.
That's conservative. Okay.
So we'll find out. But they talked about this being better in the presentation. You're right. They talked about this being better than the Kia Niro and the Hyundai Kona.
Right.
And so those are the competition. And that's actually why this does feel like it's not as subpar as these two. Because the competition directly in this space, the Kia Niro, Hyundai Kona, they charge like 100 kilowatts, maybe 120 something. They have less range, and we don't know this price, but hopefully if this is priced comparatively, then this will be better.
Right.
But we don't know. The Volvo EX30 is also something they're kind of playing in the same space with, but that's more expensive, but also more powerful. So
Right.
I don't quite see that in the same playing field, but that also charges a bit better than this.
All right. I got to sit in the back seat of this thing.
Yeah, ultimate Dave test.
Let's do it. I'm going in.
I
I'm going
found
in.
it decent. I mean, Dave, this is
I do kind of like this.
yeah, different door
I
handle.
feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm like sporty or something with this.
Well, the CHR
I know.
brought that. The
I
gas
feel-
one.
I actually, you know, I kind of secretly like that CHR.
Okay, Dave, trivia, before you get in. Trivia number 2. What does CHR stand for? You'll never guess.
Classical Honda Racing.
Coupe High Rider.
I blew that one. I forgot it was a Toyota. I said Honda.
Right.
All right. You know what? I'm okay in here.
Not bad, huh?
I mean, it's the roof is right there.
Yeah.
And what I would say is when I turn to the left, the sight lines,
Yeah.
I'm seeing this roof line. It's sloping down.
Yeah.
It doesn't go out straight and come down. It's
Yeah.
a what do they call that when it goes down like that?
It's a coupe. Yeah, I don't know exactly.
I forget what they call that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Audi, you know, the I don't know. I'm losing it. But no, listen, I'm fitting okay in here. They have it's not a cutout. It's decent. There is a cutout for the front seats,
Yeah.
which is interesting. It goes up significantly there.
Yeah.
Let me sit in the front on this. I just want to see if I could get comfortable. This is pretty far forward here for me.
It is definitely a bit closed together, but still bigger than the Crosstrek. Barely. This is meant to be the electrified Crosstrek,
Yeah.
basically, and it is a little bit bigger and more open than that. So how's your driving position?
I can't get the seat low enough.
Yeah.
But then again, those who know me, I can never get the seat low enough.
Well,
I just can't.
What do you think of the Subaru Toyota thing where the steering wheel is below the gauges?
You know what? I kind of like that, Jordan, now that you mention it, because it's perfectly placed where I can still see the hood line.
Yep.
And it's above the top of the steering wheel, and it almost feels like a heads-up display,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
And we got the squircle thing going. A lot of buttons.
Yep.
A lot of buttons here. These. Let me see what this. They don't appear to be cooled.
No, they're not actively cooled. That is a bit disappointment. So you're not going to realistically get 15 watts.
I do like the fact I can see my entire cell phone.
Yeah, they
Right, so if
kind of like Tesla, it's like in a good spot where you can like briefly see it.
Tesla Model 3 and Ys, Jordan, with my height, I cut off the
you
top.
cut off the top,
I cut
yeah.
off the top. Here I can see the entire phone. I like that.
Interesting, yeah.
I like the conventional vents. The cup holders are down super low,
Yep.
which I guess is okay.
Yeah.
No, this is comfortable.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. It's narrow. Let me shut the door for a second
Yeah.
here and just. Actually, the door is. You know what? Maybe I should sell the Model 3.
smiling.
I'm kind of liking this thing. What's the 0 to 60?
Good question. Just under 5 seconds.
Just under 5.
Yeah.
That's fast.
It is fast. It's plenty quick.
You don't need to go any faster.
No, this is.
Who would buy a Model 3 Performance or one of these ludicrous plaid? Who needs all that?
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is plenty fast. You have this this little control here for the eye, I would imagine.
Yeah, so it'll detect whether you're paying attention.
Right, right.
And so I find the middle screen to be nice and looks good. The driver screen looks a little more old school to me than the center screen. Like the pixel density is worse. It's just a little bit. I don't know. I wish the driver
screen?
Yeah, I wish the driver screen looked as nice as the center screen.
It's quite far away.
Yeah.
So depending on how your eyesight is, you may have to be flipping between readers and non-readers. I don't know.
Yep.
Look, I think this is nice in here. I like it.
I'd have to agree. All right, well, let's go show the other trim of this because we've never. For guys who want a really full tour, I have a full tour of this car already up. But I'm gonna go see the other trim and see how much nicer is the GT. All right, Dave. Looks like they brought the very Subaru thing. The dogs.
I love the puppies.
They have them at the auto shows too. It's really cool.
You gotta love the dogs.
Yeah, so this is the same car, same color,
Yeah.
different trim. This
You
is
know
the
what
higher-
works for me on this though, Jordan?
What's that?
I like the black roof.
You like the black roof? Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
And not only that, it's not just the color of the roof, but that's a glass roof inside.
That makes a
So
difference.
it opens it up.
Yep.
Right?
So I think
like that.
What I would do if they allow it is top trim, which is GT, with the smaller wheel, if they let you select that. But I would do body colored roof. You would do black, but I would also do the glass roof. And Dave, this gets ventilated seats, which the Toyota version of this doesn't.
Interesting.
No matter what trim, even the highest Toyota trim, no ventilated seats.
You know what you can see in this light? This is a sparkly.
It is.
Is that a real word? Sparkly?
Yeah, it's got
like a sparkle
flake
to
in
it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the whole thing right over here.
this
This is a matte finish.
Yep.
Like it's a plasticky.
And what do you think of the design of these 20-inch wheels? I really like.
I like them.
I like it. It reminds me of
they kind of remember the Rivian.
Rivian, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'd say
right.
that.
No, absolutely. I like them a lot. I think they'd be relatively easy to clean,
Yep.
and I think those are nice. Yeah, the body cladding. It's telling you that I can go to uncharted places, is what it's doing. you
Right.
know?
That's exactly what it's meant to.
Look at the body cladding I
Well,
have here.
And even look at the wheels kind of look like a 5-pointed compass.
Yes.
You know? So 4 points for east, north, west,
Just
south,
like,
but
you're
then like
all over this 5 thing.
and then Dave, the other thing we should look at is the Solterra in here, because this has the body colored matching. The dog must be really happy. Dog just loves new Subarus.
Look, there's Jordan and Dave from Out of Spec.
So what do you think of the Solterra with body colored arches?
Not a fan.
Not a fan? I think,
Especially in a white color.
yeah.
Now, what is going on here?
So this is like the dual separated spoiler that the BZ does. The Solterra did it before, the earlier Solterra, so they haven't changed that.
Okay.
But even like the Kia EV4, like I'm starting to see a lot of cars with this thing. It must be effective for aerodynamics. I'm not a big fan of the look. It's much more subtle on the Uncharted.
I'm not sure. I'm the jury's out on that one for my jury.
Yeah,
I think I would rather have the black over here.
Yeah. I wish it was just like a slimmer. Like I don't want all of this black.
Right.
I want like a little bit, which I guess you could do with wrap.
This is a nice pearl color, though.
Yeah, this is a beautiful white.
Beautiful white.
And gray and black also do this.
Yeah.
I've seen this car blacked out. Looks fantastic.
Yeah. It's just bizarre to me how large this is.
And how it interrupts the flow of this line
Yeah,
here.
I don't know. Listen, that's a minor thing.
I wish the seam was right here and it opened like this.
There you go.
Because then you just
That's
really
functional
easily.
too. It's functional. Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe they'll take notes based on this video.
Maybe.
But yeah, what do you say we wrap this show up?
Yeah, listen, Subaru, nice job. Thanks for having us come out and check out the new Uncharted. And I think they did a great job as far as showing the vehicles and giving us time to be able to really check them out. Let me grab the camera. Let me ask you, what are your final thoughts, Jordan?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think it was a fun, pretty down-to-earth show. Like, ironically, their auto show booths are way more high production than this. You know, they just have curtains here with a projector and then one screen right here.
Yeah.
Their auto shows, I mean, they have like the floor is a screen. They've got like trees and tree houses and drawbridge, like whatever those bridges are.
Yeah.
Like they go all out.
But you know, irrespective of the presentation, the key is the cars, right? And that's what we were really able to gain access to today. And you also were able to spend time with the Uncharted yesterday.
Yeah.
But I feel like I know the line. I guess I'm okay with the shared platform concept. You know, it's like, and we're seeing it with the Prologue and the Blazer, right, and the ZDX and even the Caddy. And I think the engineers and the design, at least the design teams, they do enough to differentiate. And for the average person that's buying a Toyota or a Subaru, there's brand loyalty.
Yeah.
Are they really going to know? Most likely, maybe they'll hear, oh, it's the similar car, but are you okay with the shared platforms?
Yeah, you know, they may not know or care. Like someone who's going from, let's say, a 2010 Outback to a 2026 Trailseeker. They're finally upgrading. This is going to feel like alien technology, no matter what brand they went with. It would feel like a different brand.
Right.
And so if someone is going from Subaru to Subaru, they could go to a 2026 Outback, and it'll feel just as different.
Jordan, I should know this. I don't. Off-pedal regen on these vehicles, do you know, does it feel similar to like what a Tesla is, or is it more like you know, like the Macan EV?
I don't think these do one-pedal driving.
Okay.
I'm not positive, but I don't think they do, which is a bit of a bummer. They could probably add that over software update, but I also don't know I don't know the cadence of their update strategy. I'd love to get a long-term loaner of that. That would be a really cool thing if I can talk Subaru into it, because I think there's a lot of content I'd like to do with these, a lot of in-depth testing. We're going to start getting Subaru press cars. I'm hoping to go on the Subaru Solterra first drive event, which is basically in my neighborhood in Colorado. That'd be awesome. And the shared platform thing makes functional sense. I mean, the whole reason the Toyota 86 or the Subaru BRZ exists is because Toyota and Subaru got together and made that platform.
Right.
This is similar story. This platform exists from the two companies working together. It is weird though that they also in most cases don't know what the other one's doing. So I can't ask Subaru, hey, what makes this different than the CHR? They can't legally know. It's really weird. I don't understand the, like on one level of the hierarchy of the business, they're talking to each other and co-engineering this platform. And then on other levels, like the PR here and stuff, they have no idea what Toyota PR is doing. They can't ask. It's just super weird that way. I don't like that. That doesn't feel collaborative to me. But Kia and Hyundai are the same way, and those are actually the same brand.
Yeah.
Under a sub company brand thing. So Kia and Hyundai also don't talk to each other, which is also weird.
Yeah.
The Prologue and ZDX and Blazer and Lyric are a little different because that was a GM platform that then Honda Acura was like, hey, can we use that?
I see.
So that was a similar concept. It's also badge engineering that makes it work. That gave Honda and Acura more EVs, which sells more EVs, which is good. But this is a little bit different. I think it works. But here's the thing, like I said earlier, Subaru and Toyota committed to 4 models on this platform. They may do more models together, but also after these 4 models, we may see Subaru go off on their own direction.
Right.
I kind of hope they do. I'd love to see what Subaru does. I think Subaru's had really cool engineering over the years. I mean, WRX STI, cool car. BRZ, I know it's partially Toyota, but cool car. It's got a Subaru engine. And yeah, the wilderness editions of their stuff, I'm a Subaru fan.
Yeah,
I
am too. And I would say Subaru's got loyal followers.
Totally.
And, you know, some people, they just will not buy anything but a Subaru.
Yep.
And I think Subaru has always had a good reputation.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever really heard anybody knock a Subaru and say, hey, listen, bad car.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but anyway, listen, New York City, I think they've done Subaru proud. I think Subaru did a great job here today.
Yep.
Jordan, thank you for inviting me to come down from Connecticut. This has been fun.
Yeah, glad you could make it.
And I really, I've enjoyed it. So, yeah, take it home, Jordan.
Yeah, let us know if you guys have any questions. I know we tried to breeze through the models. This is not like an in-depth each model thing, but we tried to touch on as many things as possible, explain the lineup, explain the differences, how they're kind of associated with Toyota. A lot of stuff we covered, a lot of stuff we probably recovered. Sorry for the repetition, but we kind of didn't have time to plan this. We're just run and gun. We got to get out of here pretty soon. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on another one very soon.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.